Child. Anyway, so
Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden, and I am pumping plasma through my veins. And we'll get into this at a later time, but it's just such a shame that in 2024, it'd be a crime to be hot and gay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Once I connected the dots, they connected in a serious way.
Yeah.
You're so right about the plasma. Number one, they're going for a pretty penny for everybody else, I will say. And because that is a crime. They're literally robbing you. That
Yes.
good,
Literally
healthy
robbed me.
plasma, ooh, that and the iron deficiency girls, they're getting robbed. They're getting
Yes, they
robbed.
are. But I'm not one of them. I'm just hot and gay. And they were dry hating on me. And we'll tap into that.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. My name is Amira, and I'm done. Like I told
Your name's
Jaden
Amira
earlier, I'm
Ant.
done. My name is Amira, and you're canceled. And this is why I am done. Like opening up on this podcast. I'm done sharing my personal truths. I'm done being vulnerable. I'm done wearing my heart on my sleeve. Last week, the people I feel like attacked me. Number one, Jaden, but then also the listeners, just because I
Hmm.
shared my truth about the candy salad. We are not going to get into it, but just know
Did
that
you like the
those
episode
of
name?
you, I didn't, those of you
It's okay.
who reached out to me in regards to the candy salad, I mean, I don't know what it feels like to be such a hater, but it must
Hmm.
pay well.
Are we haters or are we
Jaden,
concerned for your health?
baby, I live to tell the Jaden, where are we? Because I can't.
We're on the sweetest episode of a show that we like to call. Anyway, with Jaden and Amir, child, we know.
I mean, who else? Who else gonna do it like us?
Okay, who else gonna do
Um,
it?
you, if God don't do it, it won't get done.
It won't get done.
It won't get done.
Mm,
Jaden, today, the day that we're recording this, it's Black President's Day, Black Women
mm,
President's Day, which there are only two. Beyonce of the United States, BOTUS, and President Barbie, Issa Rae.
yes.
I do not know what its purpose served historically before we got those two presidents. I don't know why we would have a President's Day smack dab in the middle of Black Women's History Month. I don't. And I also want to say that the girlies really went off with the lineup for the next 3 months. January is whatever. You get MLK Day, whoopty, whoopty.
We're just trying to get into the year. You know, they didn't want to give it to
We're just
anybody because they're like, we can't give this to anyone because
no,
we know how
no,
y'all like to tussle.
warming us up. Correct. You're getting us warm. You're getting our W-2s in order, our 1099. We're getting all of our tax paperwork in order. February, we have Whispers Women, Black Women's History Month. Then in March, you have Black Women's History Month. And then in April, you have International Black Women's History Month. That's crazy. Black
It's
women,
so crazy. It sounds made up.
Black women. It does sound made up. Last year, when I decorated my classroom's door for February, I'm like, baby, I'm keeping this up for the rest of the school year. Do you know what March is? Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary, and I'm going to celebrate it until February, March, April, May, I guess. And what is in May? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Is which
Yes, I
one's
did.
Hispanic Heritage Month?
I
I
believe
felt
that
like
is
September.
September.
September,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Afro Hispanic.
I mean, it's Afro Latina History Month.
Like, what do you mean?
Come on now, because that's still relevant.
Well, yes.
To be young, gifted, and black, baby. We
Hey,
rejoice. We celebrate. So let's get right into the show. Wow, we're really moving and grooving. Look at us.
girl, bite that
Look at
tongue,
us.
because
Okay,
look at
okay.
us. Who would have thought? Not me.
Not me. Okay, this is that tongue was bitten and I stuttered in a major way. Now it's
You bit
time
too
for the
hard.
catch. A little too hard. First things first, and the catch. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Child Anyway the Pod, and TikTok at Child Anyway the Instagram and Twitter at Child Anyway Pod. No just Child Anyway Pod. TikTok at Child Anyway the Podcast. Amen.
Yes.
This week, I decided to do something a little bit different with our The Catch because I'm like, it's Black History Month. I could do that thing where I'm like, today we celebrate a notable Black figure. We talk about the first Black.
Right.
I just couldn't because there's just so much history. There's
And
just so much
we're the
history.
two most notable Black figures that anyone needs to know.
You better say it. You better say it, Jaden, because I was trying to come on
Roll
here on
snack.
a humble tip. I was trying to be humble
Not
this week,
me.
but for why?
It's Black History Month, and it's almost over.
Ha-
Why did someone tell me that my last day came?
I didn't want to. Because I don't follow that. I don't subscribe to that narrative.
And you know what? I'll let them have it. My actual last day is tomorrow because, and let me tell you why. I am not biracial.
Correct.
Which, I guess, technically I am. Like, I don't get what the bi is for. Is it just mean two, or does it mean like one?
Well, there's biracial and there's multiracial.
I'm not that one.
There's
I'm
so
definitely
many
bi.
things. It's so new. Well, it's so nuanced. And I think that because you were raised by your Black mother, I
Oh
don't
no,
understand why you would be
absolutely.
taken out of the
But
conversation.
the reason I didn't qualify for the conversation in general was because, well, the halfway mark. Because if we put on strings and cards and data,
Come on, 75.
okay, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, my father is one half white, so I don't have all. And his mother is a Black woman with two Black parents, so that does not, my power's still here till tomorrow.
State your claim. State your claim for sure. Oh, well, having two Black parents with four Black grandparents, I personally cannot relate to this. But I support you, King, in whatever day you decide to stop celebrating.
Well, never stop celebrating. But
As an
when do my
ally.
powers stop? They stop tomorrow. And I own
What did
that.
Beyonce say about power? What did Beyonce say about power? Are you just giving
They'll
yours
never
up?
take it.
Come on, baby. What are you saying? This is why I can't subscribe. You are not, I mean, unless you were, please correct me, you were not socialized as a biracial person. It's not like you navigate the world. Come on,
Shut
Bark.
up.
Is your dog black, or maybe that's why he's
No,
barking
he's
to be a part
Afro-Asian.
of that conversation? Well,
Um,
see you in September. Um, so this week, to celebrate Black Women's History Month, I decided we should just rattle off a list of notable Black moments in pop culture that I feel really shifted the world. Like, it really put the tectonic plates on a spinner. I feel like it really shifted the zeitgeist, if you will. It's the first one is hard because, like you and I discussed before we started, Jaden, this person
I'm
is
screaming.
responsible for
You're
so.
hilarious. There's a whole segment of a show that we have not done. And
Whoa, you're
the girls
so
are sorry to catch
right.
us up that they're trying to get past the
We're
grievances
skipping
we
the
have.
whole. We're skipping the whole. How did that happen?
Girl, you was too ready to get to the presidents and the moment.
I know. I was so excited to celebrate my Black queens that I skipped over our
Black
moments of
despair.
the week. Well, is it really a happy Black History Month? Just kidding. I'm not going there with you. Let's do.
Because you know how I'll get.
Yeah, I
Is
know.
it happy or is it just Black History Month?
Black History Month. Good morning. Is it a good morning? I can't. Okay, so this is so uncomfortable, let's go back. Black History Month is always it's about history. It's about righting the wrongs of the past, moving forward.
Mm,
We learn from the past so we don't, repeat those mistakes.
right.
And I'm
Right.
learning. I'm not
And
gonna
I
do it
know,
again.
and I can name maybe 2 or 3 listeners on the back of my hand right now who probably were like, "What are they doing? They're just gonna skip over the moments of the week?" Like,
No, for
what?
sure. And they definitely are like they started to say exactly what I was supposed to say, but I didn't say it.
No, they said it with you, and they were like, "Now hold on, like, there's something.
Well,
There's something here."
Jaden, I was about to get all the way down to thank me later before I even remembered the moment of the week.
Girl, we was about to be, and this has been another episode way
Nope.
before you started
Okay,
talking about the moments of the week, child.
girl. Because I'm looking at the time like, okay, we've only been here for 8 minutes and we're already on the couch. We're making such a brilliant time. And now
And the
we're
whole
10
time
minutes in and
you're
we haven't
slicing out
even
sections mid conversation.
listen, the producer said get it down to an hour. I
Okay,
did what I
they
could.
said we needed under 45 minutes, or you're done, or
You're
we're cutting the
the
lights off.
network is not gonna have it. The lights go out after 45 minutes. All right, whatever. I guess it's time for the moment of the week. I'm also talking so fast, so let me slow down. Now it's time for the moment of the week. This is where Jaden and I share moments from this week or last week or maybe even next week that made us say, "Ciao."
Girl.
Anyway, and I actually am going to suggest that you go first
Okay.
because my mind is not right. I got to reel it in. I was a little too hot. I came out a little too hot.
US. You was a little warmed up. I
I
need you
was
to
so ready
cool
to
it.
retreat and be not vulnerable and close myself off that I forgot how to read. The program is right there. So
It's
why don't you
sitting in
go
front of
ahead,
our faces.
baby? It's
And I'm
it's
looking up
literally right
like,
there.
now there's something I didn't talk about. Um and you ready to talk about Black history. Uh let's talk
And that's
about our
Black
own history.
history. Exactly, that's Black
Okay?
history. Mm,
Anyway, okay, so mine's kind of a doozy, so please sit back and listen. Because while it's moments of the week, the essence is vital in this one. You know what I
mm,
mean?
mm,
Because honestly, these all happened within 2 days. No, the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll go in order actually.
that
So
combination.
Friday, you know, another moment of the week is usually my job, but they skipped this week. And I get home from a long day, a long week shift because I had to make up for my vacation time from going to New Orleans. Okay. And I I only had a certain amount of time, so I was working a lot last week to make up
Mm,
for said time. Just for an update to that, I have a little bit of overtime actually, so we're grateful. Um. Anyway, I'm sitting at my desk, kind of where I am now, and I forget what I'm doing. Probably eating, or I started Annie. I was in the middle of watching Annie. That's what it was. In the middle of watching Annie. Dog to my right. Belly rub and Hard Knock Lives, and I can register with that. I get a phone call, and it's my cousin, and I said hello, and she's like, mind you, this cousin lives in South Carolina. That's important to this message. I said hello. She said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Watching Annie, Hard Knock Life." And she's like, "Oh, come outside." I said, "For what?" And she was like, "I just come outside." I said, "Come outside of where?" She proceeds to say my address. And I said, "Well, what's going to be out there when I get there?"
you're such
And
oh,
mind you, I see her in a dark room or in a dark environment. And from where my desk is, there's a window right here. I can see the front. I can see my driveway. I can see the street. I can see my neighbors. So I look out and I see headlights and taillights. This can't be who I think it is. Um, I said, "What are you doing here?" Then I said, "You know what? I got something for you." I go outside, and normally, so this has happened before. My cousins have popped up randomly before, which they usually picked better weekends, though they're always terrible weekends. They pick better weekends before. It's not just the two that normally come, it's four of them. Let's not forget, everyone, we're having renovations. I have no kitchen. Like, we have a refrigerator and a microwave, and we are making do. And there's, as I said, there's the what's it called? Not esophagus.
In the kitchen?
No, it's what's it called? Like mummify. I hate that. I don't know what that word
Oh,
is.
sarcophagus or something like this.
The living room is that. It looked like King Pharaoh is still laying there as we speak. And there's nowhere for y'all to be on the couch or downstairs. And we're already cooped up upstairs. It's me, my mother, and a dog. Well, it's already a lot going on at all times. It's the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom. It's a lot happening up here. We can't accommodate four people. I'm sorry, baby. We can't do it. And you should have reached out prior to. But I went outside and I said, the first thing out of my mouth, my mother's gonna cuss y'all out. Like, and I said, and I can't wait because why didn't y'all let anybody know y'all was coming? And so, three of them also don't like dogs.
Well,
My dog is not little. It's not no little lap dog, no little pocket poodle. It's none of that. This is a pit bull. Emphasis on the bull. From the pits of hell. So
no.
you don't want to go toe to toe. You don't want to go round for round with Benz. He's a sweetheart. Let me also say that he's not violent or aggressive at all. But
Exactly.
I don't have to stand up for this black king. But I just wanted to share that.
For a person who doesn't like dogs, it doesn't even matter how sweet he is. He's big.
Yeah, exactly. And so, my dude, he's under this table. Like, you're not big. Anyway, I'm not gonna body shame him. So that's number one. Luckily, my grandmother, as we know, lives around the corner from me, so there are enough places there for them to be. But my other cousin, was already here to help, like with my grandmother's care. So there's already an occupant at that home, and then now there's three more on top of that, and then luckily one could stay here because she don't care about the dog. And he was obsessed with her, so I was grateful because he left me the fuck alone. And I can stand by that. Number two, so that was Friday.
Right.
Saturday, I have an appointment to, mind you, let's remember that this is the weekend, and I was ready for a stress-free weekend with just vibes and so Saturday, I go to the plasma place. First of all, I made an appointment. I get there. I said, "Oh, I'm here for my appointment at 9." She said, "We only do walk-ins. Can I have your ID?" I said, "Okay, good to know." So then I give her my ID and my social security number and my third child, and then, mind you, this is my first time signing up to donate plasma. And if you don't know what plasma, like the process is, they're gonna take your blood, take the plasma out of it, and then put your blood back. I'm very like, don't put my blood away, but I'll take it if you ain't got nothing else to do with it, I guess. So then we go through the process. They asked me the first round of questions, and they got to I hate PC shit. I'm learning. I don't like PC, like politically correctness. I think there are some things that are politically correct, and then I think there's something that are just correct. I hate the politically correct. Like respecting people's pronouns, all that. That's just correct. That's just the thing we should do. But being politically correct is a lot of like performance.
I like that. I like that distinction.
You know what I'm saying? Like some things are just correct, and I don't think we should call it politically correct, because you shouldn't just do it for the politics of it.
Yeah.
Do you, as the gender you what was it? Do you, as the gender you, agree to have relations with other people with the same gender that they?
If 2 plus
Am
2
I
is
gay?
4.
What are you asking
Like, what
me?
are you asking?
Mama, stop playing with me right now. I really don't feel like it. Like, what do you say? Are you gay? Would have worked. I promise you, I would not have walked out. I would not have cussed you. Are you gay? Do you date the same sex? Would have worked. The gender of which you ascribe to. Do you date the same gender ascription? Like, what do you? Huh? Where are we at? And I said, well, yes. And that's where I messed up the first time, the first round.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I could have told you, baby. You're supposed to lie.
The girls know, and you know what, I hate the fact that the girls know. The girls know that we are supposed to lie as gay people when it comes to giving blood of any kind. But the gag is that has changed. Well, I thought it changed. Because I heard more recently that even if you say yes to that question, that it doesn't disqualify you from being able to donate blood. However, I feel as though that question, along with other questions, which I will get into, led to a result that I will also get into. So that was the first question. She asked me those 40 words, and then I said yes to that long question. And then she clicked yes, and I guess a pop-up happened. And then 2 other people had to come over to assist. And that's when I was like, I'm just gonna ask her to change it to no. But by then it was too late. Because clearly this feels like this is a red flag of what this process will be like if I continue to tell the truth about anything. So that's what this was. But I'm also like, it shouldn't even matter, honestly. So then
they test the blood for everything.
And I knew that was happening too. Like, I knew they were going to test the blood for anything. So what was the point of even asking me? Because whatever. So then they take me to this thing to watch a video, which the thing was messed up. It was literally echoing at the same time. Not the video wasn't messed up. The actual thing was. So it's like we are talking about the thing that, and I'm like, is one supposed to register this, because this one is not, honey. And like, I read books. Like, I'm sorry, like, not to rag, like, this brain can function. So like, this is about to piss me off. So then I get through that because I'm just like, girl, go on. Because what I'm not about to do is tell someone and then have to start over from a different computer. That's not going to happen. I'd rather listen to Layla Hathaway sing in harmony for 15 minutes and then just move on. Like, I just rather. So then,
oh my gosh,
I go. They have like it was a long process. Then there's like a self questionnaire. There's like 60 something questions. But only for the first 2 rounds. Like, the first 2 times doing it, it asks you all those questions, but then after that, it drops to like 25. I'm like, it couldn't start with 25, but whatever. Right. So then there's a question on there. In the last 3 months, have you had a new sex partner? I put yes. Like, y'all giving like y'all want my tea, so I'm gonna give y'all my tea.
Brag on the pod.
No, I thought it was giving like share your tea, so I share my tea.
No, you did not think it was giving share your tea.
I thought it was gonna come like, so tell us about him. Like, I thought we was about to have a gag, but we did it. So then we get to, then the next part is like the vital check, and then also like the piercings, the tattoos,
the tats, right?
Flying colors, whatever. And even like your vitals are perfect, is what I heard. Like iron, protein, blood pressure, blood sugar, like all of it, great. But you know, I go around to the other side, sit, wait for my mind you, it's empty. It's a Saturday morning. So, and I asked her, I said, what days are best to come? Because I'm pretty sure it's like Saturday is not normal like that. She was like, between the snow and like tax refunds, like it is slower today. She gagged. She gagged the chat. I'm not gonna lie. She gagged the chat.
That's crazy.
She said, and the tax refunds. I was like, ooh, well,
Not
clock
she
it.
clocking the girl's tea.
She
Come
did. She clocked him
on.
bad.
They said, "I
And she
don't
was
need
like,
that 250 this week."
mm-mm. But she said this.
Well,
She was like, honestly, it's always a gamble. She was like, weekends are usually busy. She was like, but anytime you think we won't be busy, those might be the days we're the busiest. And she was like, sometimes
yeah.
when you think we would be busy, you would come and it's empty like today. I said, well, that's true. So then it actually didn't help me at all, but whatever. So then I go away from my physical from the nurse. She calls me in and I'm sitting there and she's like, it's forcing me to ask you this. I'm so sorry. She was like, but was it anal? She's like, did you do anal? I was like, well, yes. I said,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, this is so why would they make her say that to you?
Ex-
She said, "I'm
okay.
sorry they're making me ask this, but were you the one doing the bending?" It did not
But,
say
but
that.
mama,
She
that's what
nosy.
I mean. They wanted that tea. Like they needed that
They
tea.
did.
And they asked me in order. They asked the gay one, they asked the other ones, and then they asked this one. And they wanted that tea real bad for me. And
Oh
I
my
gave it to
god.
him. But she was like, she said, thank you for
Get
being
your
honest,
coat.
but I'm going to put no. And I said, okay.
Well,
I said, I figured. Because she was also giving like, girl, you think like, girl, what you doing after this? That's what it gave.
this is too
Um,
funny.
and so she was like, then she's clicking and she's like, yeah, if you say yes to that, like they're going to defer you, blah blah blah. Blah. Then she says, I wish you didn't say yes to that question. A new sex partner in 3 months question. She was like, because you're not gonna be able to you're not gonna be able to donate plasma today. And
Oh,
uh, but she was like, but we can find a date to go back to. She was like, because if you don't have a date, you have to wait 3 months to be able to come back. If you don't have a date, it starts that day. But she was like, if you have a date, it starts from the date that you said. So we have to pick like
yeah.
December or something, so I can go back March 10th. But it's just like the
I'm wondering
fuck.
if I'm wondering if that 3-month question is for everybody though, because I feel like it probably should be, like you
I
should
think it is.
after each sexual partner, wait 3 months, well, get tested and then wait 3 months and get tested again.
Yeah. But y'all going to test it today anyway. And the person who I was with, I have their results from their testing. So what are we talking about?
You're just spilling everybody's TJ. Okay, let's ditch the whole segment of the catch and let's catch up on this. So December, 3 months ago, who is it?
We're
Just kidding.
not catching up on that.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so I leave without, mind you, this is my first time. And the first 5 times you go, it's $100 each. Do you know how helpful that would have been? I had a appointment for Ben's to get groomed on Monday. I had to move because I had no money for it. And this was literally
Yeah.
here to save my life for the next few days. And now I have
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I literally have less than Whitney Houston. And I'm just so tired of this. I really am. So then we're not done. This is the trifecta of this weekend. This is what it is. So Sunday comes. And first of all, my cousins leave at 6:45 in the morning. And so my dog wakes me up, of course, because I'm involved always. And which is fine. Bye, love y'all. Let me know when I get home. 12 hours. I'll have to live a full life. So then my uncle, I talked about his wedding on here before. And
Yes.
we no details.
The real ones know. The real ones know.
The real ones know, and you're just gonna have to be a real one. Sorry. We're going to do a suit fitting, but we're really just going to see like what suits we want, what suits we like, pick it out. Everyone get their measurements and whatnot. So I arrive late but gorgeous, and
Why are you late? Oh my gosh.
and my uncle was like, "Look at you arriving late, always on brand." I said, "One thing about me, I'm gonna stay on brand, baby. Like,
Hello.
I don't switch up from the brand." And we try on suits, and I'm thinking we just putting on outfits just to put on outfits, playing dress up. So then when the guy comes to measure me, he kind of gives me the rundown of what the process is going to be like. He was like, I'm going to measure you, then I'm going to put you in some clothes, then after that we're going to get the payment down, and then you'll be good to go. And I'm like, my brain
Get the
went off and
payment
was like,
down.
payment? Payment. Girl, you ain't got no money. You couldn't get no plasma because you a homosexual. So, like, what are we talking about? And I'm making sure to make sure it sounds like I couldn't get it because I was gay and not because I was having sex. Not because I'm a whore, but because I like to be a
Homophobia.
man whore. So
That first part.
I'm not a whore, just so everyone knows. And
Sure.
today, for the next 3 months, and I tell my uncle, I said, how much is the down? Because now you say payment, I'm thinking down. You know, it's giving
Hello.
down payment. When we start saying we're gonna focus on the payment or like the first, I'm thinking down.
Installments for sure.
Installments, or like you pay 25% today and then you finish it off when you come pick it up. Cool, cute, calm. I said to my uncle, I said, how much is the deposit? He said, I don't think you have to pay anything. I said, well, that's not true. Because he said payment to me. Now, I don't know if he said to the rest of y'all, but to the nigga, he said payment. As if to make sure I knew to come with my ducks in a row. Sorry. He was Caucasian, I'm not gonna lie. He was nice, he was sweet. He apologized for having to touch my hair. And I said, okay, like, I guess that's appropriate for Black History Month.
Okay.
Yeah. And which I thought was so funny, but whatever. And
Wait, why was he touching your hair for a suit?
measuring. He measured my neck. He was like, I have to come up
Oh,
on
so
your
you
hair.
want us to know that you have hang time? Is that what that was?
I don't think
Well,
I wanted you to know as much as we already did. And but remember, this is post braid, so my hair is kind of stretched right now. So it was giving wet and wavy strawberry dak. Like it was giving long and voluptuous. I literally walked in like Diana Ross, like arms out, hips moving. And when I put the suit on, I said to my I said, I look like I'm about to play a mean piano. Like I do. And so then we get there and I said, no, he's telling us, he said to me that there's a payment involved. And he was like, oh, are they putting down payments today? He said, no, they're paying in full. I said, full as in FULL or FOOL? Because I feel like the damn fool with the clown mask and hair on. And my uncle, he was like, are you able to do that? I said, no, baby. And like, who's gonna tell her?
Oh my god.
Who's gonna tell her I was gay and couldn't get plasma? My cousins popped up into town last minute wanting crabs and other things. Like this
It's
is
too much.
Luckily I have a financial advisor meeting tomorrow and he's gonna tell me, he's gonna laugh me off the meeting.
He
Anyway,
really is.
I'm gonna meet so best. So then on Thursday, I have to pay my uncle back. Mind you, this is also post New Orleans.
This Thursday?
Well, I get paid on Thursday. So
He's
I have to
not
pay him.
playing.
I have to pay him back on Thursday. Mind you, he's not the first person in line that I owed money to. Okay, like there was other people before you, sir. How you gonna jump the line? Because
That's what I'm saying.
You set me up to be the fool and
Because
pay
you
in
in
full.
love.
Because you want to be in love, walking down aisles and whatnot. Huh?
Make no doggone sense.
So it was long. And to as an extra for the girls at home, for the girls that come back episode after episode, I had to work today. Monday I did not have off. So did I have a chance to recoup or get my life together or pretty much think, breathe, exist for longer for myself? Not really, no. And yeah, luckily the only good thing that came out this weekend, my cousin cleaned my bathroom. And we take our wins as we can, and I'm grateful for her.
That's amazing. Jaden, my first thing, because there was so much. Friday. As a person who has attempted to give plasma twice, they will knock you off for anything. Okay, Saturday. Okay, queen, calendar queen.
So I want to make sure the girls get the timeline.
Okay, so Friday. Oh, your cousins. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. You know you're supposed to scoot over and also make a pallet on the floor. Come on now. That's
Girl,
family.
good night. That's the only thing I said to them. Good night. Well, luckily the dog repelled them anyway, so they was not sleeping here regardless.
Well, that's they must have had off on Monday.
They did.
They just was traveling. Because I'm like, I wouldn't spend my weekend traveling for 12 hours, 24 hours of traveling.
To see
Yeah,
people
it's
who didn't
giving.
know I'm coming and don't want me there.
And you're not even coming off the road to some food. I just can't.
Well,
Like, I just
my
can't.
grandmother, she was cooking. She was
Because
she
she
was
knew
the
they
only
were.
one happy to see everybody.
She knew they were coming though, or was
No,
she already cooking? Because that already
both.
cooking meal versus the I knew they were coming meal, you know they're different.
They are
I
different.
was already cooking. We're having lasagna. Y'all was coming, baby. We're having a full spread.
Right.
It's Thanksgiving. You're wrong for that, but they're also wrong for that. Saturday, they will kick you out of their building for anything.
Yes.
Once, the first time, okay, that was my own fault. I didn't have a copy of my social security card, and I'm like, baby, but I can tell you the number. I get it. The second time was because I didn't have a Pennsylvania ID, and the building was in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, what? You only accept Pennsylvania plasma? But
You gonna discriminate for
can
my
I show
plasma?
you know what I mean? I'm like, can I show you my lease like I did at the library? Like, can I show you something else or proof of ID? No, sorry. And I think it was because they were busy that day. They were feeling real selective. Maybe
Mm,
they didn't trust my vibe. So I could have told you before you even got there, you need to lie about all of it. Not even to like con them or potentially harm people, because like we have already established, they test that blood within an inch of its life. And there's no way they're gonna accept any plasma that's garbage.
right.
I could have told you to lie. I know you thought like it's that youthfulness in you that we love so much. Baby, they didn't want your tea.
No.
They're
They want
stingy with that
they
coin.
wanted they wanted no tea at all. They wanted coffee. That's what they
They
wanted.
wanted coffee, black, no sugar, no cream,
No
baby.
sugar, no nothing.
Don't add
Literally
nothing
no
extra.
sugar. Literally no sugar.
No sugar.
They want
You
absolutely no sugar at all.
no sugar in the tank. None of that, baby. You are engaged to a woman and y'all are saving yourselves till marriage,
That's
baby.
she literally was like, that's what the doctor ended up telling me. She was like, next time you come back, you are a devout Christian. You have never had sex in your life, and you don't want to
Never.
have sex until you are married. Because she was like, that's a question they ask single people or new people. She was like, because
Mhm.
married people don't get that question. She was like married people don't cheat, but whatever. I said,
No,
well,
seriously. Those are the ones. Actually, those are really the ones that be having the stuff. They be having that stuff. And then on Sunday, that's when you got the suit fitting. I'm a little bit perplexed that I mean, I get it. Like, oh, we're playing dress up, no shade. But with suits, it's like, baby, it's gonna be black or navy, gray or white. I don't know why you thought you were gonna come in here and try on. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be different cuts in the lapel. Maybe you're giving a double-breasted moment, but you needed to know, Uncle, that you was going. We're leaving here with something. There's not so many options that you're gonna leave and be like, ooh, I don't know which to just stop.
because let me tell you something. I wouldn't have gone.
No, we
Like
wouldn't
it
have
because
gone.
we weren't there. It was not last minute, but it was like, hey, I'm heading over there to I wanted to try on our suits and whatnot and see what we like to. That's what it was giving. That's what the message was. So I'm not gonna give him too much. He could have known, but the guy was like, they just changed our policy to where we don't do deposits anymore. I said,
You
y'all
should
must
have
have just
asked
changed it.
when. Yeah.
Y'all must have just. And what's funny is the plasma place also was like, we just changed. They just changed our whole system because the girl who did the do you as the gender you ascribe to that one, she was like, I come back and they start asking all these questions. She was like, this wasn't here like when I was just here. And then even the lady when she was like, yeah, they just updated the system, and she was like, the company is based out of Germany, like the whatever. So she was like, they're worried about what's going on there.
Which now you don't have to expose because I'm sure they all have similar practices. But you went to the plasma place with the red logo or the blue logo?
The red.
Yeah, they're gonna get you every time. I have not received a single penny from them, nor a dime. I'm gonna try again though. I'm gonna eat
Oh, they
that
hold on to their
spinach,
ducats.
get my iron up, and I'm gonna go because they stay with a little deal, a little promotion. Give plasma every single day for the next 2 weeks, and we will give you 150. Well,
Okay.
okay.
But the thing is,
Okay.
I'm not even like pro plasma. Like, I feel like after the first
Girl, who dating me?
5 times or whatever, because it's something very strange about it. Me and someone I was talking to about it, telling them the story, we were saying like they're only in like predominantly Black communities or under disparaging communities,
Yeah.
handing out dollars for plasma. Like, that's not, excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Any other time something like this has happened in history, it has not been a good thing. So why is this time now like the best version of it? Am I grateful that we have opportunities to get us a little coin just for putting a little arm out? Absolutely. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying stop doing it, because I was gonna get my $500. No
I need that
shade. Like,
money.
and guess what? I'm still gonna go get my $500.
March 10th. March 10th, we're lining up and we're pulling
Maybe
up.
March 10th, they gonna see that door swing open and I'm be walking there with my Bible in hand. Like, you're going to
Hello.
see me March 10th. But after my 5th one, you're only going to see me sparingly when I need a little extra change, and I don't feel like doing that in strange. Like, that's the only time you're going to catch me, because after it's $100 a person, it goes down to like 60, and I'm like,
And what are you
girl,
gonna do with
unless
$60?
I'm going on a date or I need a meal, like maybe some gas, like then I'll come get some blood. But in the meantime, I don't want to do this, and don't think
Also,
it's as, I think there's something underlying.
I
Cool
think
Clone
that
Tyrone.
I was literally gonna say, whatever is underlining it, it needs to be a little weightier in that number, that price point. I could, because I mean, yeah, $60 could definitely cover my Wi-Fi and maybe a little bit of my gas, maybe a little bit of my water.
Right.
But 150 will be even better. Really, seriously. And I don't know if it's because I just recently came off of reading 2 Black thriller novels back to back that my wheels are turning when you said they just changed the policy. In my mind, there are smaller powers at play actually that are like watching the cameras in the back. They see those hips swinging, Jada no shade, and they're changing the policy on you specifically. I don't know. I don't know. It's feeling a little targeted. I don't want to get you feeling like paranoid and looking over your shoulder, but specifically the
I'll do that
plasma
anyway.
people, baby, please. The plasma people, we have their number. When you go back, bring your
It
girlfriend.
it changed February 1st. How much you want to bet?
Oh no, it definitely
Like
did.
like everyone's storefronts on, what is it, August 1st?
No, seriously. No, seriously. January 31st, not 11:59, they were like, schedule send for tomorrow morning. We're
Yes.
done.
Upload.
We're done
We're
here.
done.
And you think they would cut us a better deal as Black History Month
We the one giving y'all all the blood.
after we already know that they don't be responsible with blood cells?
Gila.
I was
Henrietta.
gonna say Henrietta Lacks. Ever heard of her? Like, this is not to say that on March 10th we're not gonna be there. And once
No,
I
no.
get my Pennsylvania ID, I'm also there.
I gotta say something so problematic. And I'm gonna say it just because I said I was going to say it. But understand that I thought to not say it. I'm going to be walking in there like Jaden Lance.
Okay, let's try that again and let's get the
Sorry.
punchline.
I said I'm gonna be walking in there like Jaden Lax. But I'm
JD, you could have said that.
sorry. Okay.
Well, actually, the more I think about it,
The more you
it
think
is
about it, you realize like
it is pretty
it's kind of
trifling.
problematic. But
It is pretty trifling when I think about it. And this actually is making sense how we were at minute 8 to get to the catch, and now we're at minute 44, and we have only done your moment of the week.
Mine.
Girl, that's crazy.
That's
And
how
Jaden,
chaotic my life has been.
and you were so pouty when you came onto the Google Docs. I thought this was gonna be a short episode.
I
And then
did. But remember when we was talking prior to, I was saying like, I'm going to talk about this, and then everything kept hitting me. And I'm like, wait, I could also talk about this. And hold on, I could also talk about this. And then here we are.
I mean, the girls get what they don't pay for. They know what to expect on this here pod, especially when
This is what happens when you let me go first.
It'll never happen again. That's really trying week. I hope that this upcoming weekend that you don't have to work any events. Probably do. And that it is actually relaxing because I can't imagine. Well, I can, but I can't imagine thinking you're really about to do something, really about to rest, and then you come outside.
I'm sitting here watching Annie screaming about little girls, gagging at Miss Hannigan again and again, and to get a phone call and say, come outside. I'm like, y'all about to jump me? What?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they kind of did.
They did. They popped up on me and they attacked me.
That's so annoying because I'm going back to the plasma because whenever you're about to give blood, give plasma, do something in this like realm of don't eat a meal or drink a lot of water. Don't do that. And then you don't do it. That's so annoying.
You didn't eat before you came. They're gonna still give you that blood. I mean, they're still gonna take their blood from you. If you
but you're gonna be feeling lightheaded after.
But they don't care about that. But
no,
sucking a little dick, taking a little dick. Now it's no plasma. You can't get no plasma. You gotta get out of here. You ain't allowed to get no. Like you ain't allowed to get no motherfucking plasma because you want to suck dick. Like, huh? Is this who we are? Is this what we are about? This is a sisterhood. Like,
baby, it's not that month. It's not that month, girl. It's got to be a little bit warmer. Please.
Baby, they said, Mama, the black got you in, but the gay got you out. And I said,
baby,
I'll be back in June.
God. And it'll be like rainbow blood. Oh my gosh, Jaden, that's sick. They're sick, and you're sick.
Sorry for the people who are sick because they don't have this good blood.
I mean, either way, y'all both not giving. I am truly sorry though about that. The having nothing of it all. It's really scary, and it's like the girlies that do a true like, girl, I get paid in 2 days, and they just swipe in credit card, and they have like $0. That makes me so nervous. Of course, if it's out of your control, it's out of your control. You're gonna be nervous regardless. But I just,
girl, I get
so
paid
stressful.
in 5 days. No, 4.
You're on that bi-weekly moment, aren't you?
Bi-weekly, end of the week. Like, it's not like, girl, I'm on my last 5 today, but luckily I get paid tomorrow. Girl, I'm on my last 5 today, and I don't get paid for another few days. Like, this is evil.
Girl, there's not gonna be no Dunkin', no square patties, no coffee, no nothing.
No, and I don't have enough points for nothing.
I was just gonna say, do you have points for hash brown?
Girl, I don't got points. I may have points at Wawa. We may have to wait that up. But Chipotle, child, already used her.
Girl, if I could, well, I already used my gift card. Oh, you like Subway? I got a Subway gift card you can have, and I'm so serious.
I don't, and they are on the boycott list, so no.
But the money's already, I mean, that gift card's already paid for.
Well,
whatever. We'll talk. I'm really sorry to hear that. My moment of the week, way less trying. for sure. Just truly a moment, a quick blip, quick blip. So I went to a concert on Thursday night, some night or whatever, for Pink Sweats at the Fillmore. And we've had this discussion, similar discussion, in regards to the movies and how they've taken it too far with concessions. Tell me why I'm sitting down. The headliner's already on the stage. And then I hear, excuse me,
You're
I'm
sitting
seeing
down at the Fillmore?
shuffling. Yeah, yes, exactly. I was so grateful. They had them chairs out.
They put seating out? Okay.
Yes, I was
It was
so
more like
grateful
an
'cause
evening with Pink Sweats.
no, it was the acoustic tour. Because,
Okay.
my last experience at the Fillmore, I was nervous I was gonna be getting pushed. I really was. Moved out of the way.
Okay.
I'm seeing shuffling from the left side, my peripheral, and I'm like, okay, somebody's about to come through. Let me do that thing where I half sit, half stand so they can pass. Jaden, why did I see a pizza on a platter coming into the aisle? These two guys have a pizza. I
A
don't
full
see
circle pizza?
anybody a full circle pizza. It wasn't no Wawa pizza. It was from
I
the
would say
Fillmore's
it's
kitchen.
probably DoorDash from Wawa, no shade.
Girl, no, it was giving metal platter. Like, you ordered this here. I'm like, I don't see anybody else
That's
with
how it comes at
any
Wawa.
other thing.
Like,
Well, I mean, when you're a premium member, these guys. So then they sit down, and it pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was tapped into my big hater because I'm like, you really not eating this pizza right now next to me. I'm hearing all this because it's hot. Just
right.
give it a second, please.
You
You
wanted
have a
something.
whole hour long. Bad. Bad. No, I didn't want none because I'm like, yuck. Like, you done touched everything under the sun. Jaden, forget the pizza. I just remembered something. On this podcast, did I talk about my coworker that got fired? It may or may not have been
Your fault.
catalyzed. It could have been the catalyst. Could have been me. I talked about that on the podcast or just to you. I don't remember.
I'd never heard this, even with me.
Oh yeah, my coworker got fired. She tried to call me out in the group chat. The boss was like, "This group chat is not for this."
Wait, this was the boss that
Yes.
was cool with you.
Besties. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was like, you definitely tried it because you don't even know we're locked in and there's simply no switching up. Tell me why she was at the door at the Fillmore checking tickets. I was so, girl, I never had my hood up, my mask tucked so fast, snug.
She was
It
gonna
was
punch you in
giving,
the face.
oh, for sure. It was giving, like I was not opening my mouth to speak.
Mm.
Oh, are you guys 21? Are you drinking with us tonight? I'm not pulling out my ID.
So you can see this name, girl. Bye.
Hello, baby. It's dry tonight. I was shaken. I was shook, and then I was happy for her that she found her a new job.
That she's up on her feet. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You mind you, that was her second job that she was already working at the other place because life was already hard. Like,
it really was. It was. Yeah, but this job definitely suits her because she can yell. Right this way, move on up this line, this line. It's perfect for her. She gets to be loud. She gets to be doing a lot. And it was good to see she was actually wearing her uniform properly. Anyway, so that's my moment of the week. Seeing my ex-coworker, the man eating the pizza, because why are you eating a pizza at a concert? I just feel like it's not, forget the food aspect of it. That pizza you're not gonna be having a good voice. That pizza gonna get up in there, you're gonna be getting all, and now when they do the group sing, this side sing la, this side sing ah,
you're gonna be choking on grease.
and now this side's gonna be lacking. Don't you hate when you're on the side that's lacking?
Okay, and you're not close enough for them just to hear you. Like, I'm too far back. That's like when I saw Lucky Day and the opener was Joyce Rice. We know I love Joyce Rice.
Ooh, yes.
She gonna come to our side. I'm literally belting words from like row 6, but it's standing. So row 6 is really like row 12. And I'm like the only person in my section knowing all the words to every single track. She walked over there. She put her mic out. I heard dead silence. And I said, now, I'm supposed to be in it. Like, now you don't put me in it. I'm here. Listen to me sing. Mama, I want to sing. And it's like, I was just like,
That you're silly.
I know you hear me. And everyone over here hears me. And they're all looking at me because they want you to feel me. Not over here feeling
Mm.
you. That's so real.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst because it's like, Philly, you're really messing it up for us. There's no chance we're going to be on the tour video. She's not going to post about how great
No.
the city was on Instagram.
Nope. She's
We
like,
have to move on. It's
Philly,
been an
y'all still owe me
hour.
a little something.
No, literally. I had a great time in Boston, in Baltimore.
Okay.
You skipped over the whole city. DC, y'all were so lit tonight.
Right.
Seattle.
DC, y'all was so lit tonight. In Jersey, y'all was lit 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like that always takes me out. I'm like, baby, you was here tonight.
Right,
They
like,
messed it
what
up for
about
everybody.
what
They
about
gets on
all
my
of the
nerve. Come on, Brandy. That's Black history.
Well,
Cinderella. So I already gave the whole intro for the catch. I can't do it again. It's too embarrassing. So now we're moving on to the catch. You already know what it's about. We're doing something different. Moments in Black history that shifted us, that made our eyes zing and zag, that made our hearts flutter, that changed our lives. And like I was saying before, I'm going to try again. This person has so many moments, like we discussed before, that like we could literally, and people do, we could do a whole episode on the moments when Beyonce changed the game with the digital drop, you know,
yeah.
when she shifted it, when she stopped the world. Like we could talk about so many things. I simply just wrote down as like a jumping off point, sort of, when she performed at the Grammys 2017, Love Drought, Sandcastles. First of all, visually, what?
And you want to know, to add to this moment,
Mhm.
first of all, that was great because she was fully pregnant with
Fully
twins
pregnant twins.
leaning back in a chair that everyone thought was going to fall at any point.
I was holding my breath. I was praying she caught me, praying we caught her.
We was about to build sandcastles that night.
Okay.
And they was washed away, child. But another moment, a more diasporic moment, was
Mhm.
the VMAs, I think in 2016?
Yup.
2016? When, or no, probably
Going.
like
There's no
2018,
way it's
2019.
2016. Keep going.
When Rihanna was the video Vanguard,
Oh. Okay.
and she did all 4 performances, but then Beyonce also performed that same night, all of Lemonade. That night
Yeah.
for Black women's history is down in the books, babe. Down in the books.
No, for sure. You know how in growing up they would have those writing prompts like, where were you on 9/11? And our parents, where were you for JFK's assassination? Where were you for
Right.
MLK? Where were
Talk
you
about somebody's
when
dad's parent
Barack Obama did
died.
his thing?
Like,
Oh, girl,
sorry.
killed. For me, like if I were a English teacher, it would be these kind of things. Where were you when Beyonce changed the game? And then that's it. And it's like, teacher, change the game when? Baby, pick your moment.
I'm like the only one that was correct. Everybody else get out.
Hello?
Everybody else, you
Hello?
failed.
If you don't know, you don't know. And we can't help you. That changed the game. Like, actually, all of Lemonade really changed the game. Actually, like that
Yes.
was really a moment. You could not go anywhere. Somebody's gonna be talking about that lemonade braids, lemonade yellow dress, lemonade baseball bat. I don't even think people were really drinking lemonade before that. I think it was more like a concept
Iced tea.
lemonade.
It was iced tea was the favorite drink.
I personally don't even really bang with lemonade unless it's got that iced tea. But now I'm like, okay,
I'll drink
maybe I'll have a
lemonade.
glass. I have a glass with
Or
some ice.
honestly, also Renaissance. Renaissance shifted. That's a little too recent, but baby, Renaissance shifted culture.
I
What?
think Renaissance is a great example because with Lemonade, obviously we're further away from it, so we can see like its actual impact through time because we're out of it, sort of. Renaissance, we're
We're
in it.
still
We're
in its
seeing it
retrograde.
live. There's so no, truly, truly, like you could feel the air was different and everything. Like
Mm.
Renaissance was. Jaden, where were you when you first listened? I know where I was when I first listened. I
Me
remember where I
too.
was.
I remember where I was, where I sat, when I stood up, when I screamed.
No, literally, I was laying down and my sister was like, do it now. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why not make a call that's going to change your life? So I put that album
Mm.
on. I had my headphones in. And I'm like, it was different with headphones in, sitting down. When I gave it another listen standing up out loud, Jaden,
Baby.
you don't know. Church gal.
Girl, baby. When
Come
I heard Church
on.
Girl, and the thing about Renaissance specific, we cannot do this, but we're
We
going to
can't. We
wrap this
can't.
up. After this, I'm going to make this comment and then we're going to move forward.
Okay.
After Renaissance, well, during Renaissance, when listening, it's always like a thinking it's about to slow down or change or
Mm-hmm,
shift
mm-hmm.
energies, and then it's time to turn up again, and you're like, I've been dancing for the last hour, and I'm this that thing. I'm like, wait, like I'm not done, like I can't leave.
We have to move on.
We have to.
We have to move on, but like every moment shifts history for her. I'm gonna let you finish, but come
No,
on.
that was culture shifting.
That was like people are still quoting that to this day. To this
Yes,
day.
even him, who we will not name.
No,
Next,
no. Less dramatic, but I do feel like culture shifted. Not even it could be for the positive or for the negative. I don't know. WAP, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. You cannot sit here and tell me
this song
that
ruined my
something
life.
didn't change, and that's
It did.
something
It
shifted.
everything shifted and it ruined my life.
Mhm. Tell us why it ruined your life.
Magnika was supposed to be the skyrocketing, the culture shift itself. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, now that they're both brought up, Beyonce and Megan doing Savage remix was culture shifting.
I was literally
That
thinking that, but that's why I was biting my lip because I'm like, don't say it. Don't go back to Beyonce.
no,
That was
that
during the
was culture.
pandemic.
I remember where I was in my room gagging. I low key. Hello, can you back up? Your culture's about to get shifted.
Hello. I'm
Okay,
on two
like don't make me
piece.
gag you.
I'm
Anyway,
calling
child.
the people.
Um, I was in my room. I think I literally did a reaction to it. Don't ask me where that's at. It's probably still on my phone, but I'm not looking for it. When I tell you that that was iconic, especially because this song had changed. Savage was already number one straight from TikTok. It was already doing
Savage
well,
was
and then
already
it
good.
was a secret surprise. It was like rumored, but it was secret and surprise. And then Savage came out the remix, and it was like this is a whole new song.
It was and that also reminded the girls what remixes used to be, what remixes
Yes,
are supposed to be. It's not no shade say so. We're gonna add one verse and the whole song is the same. This is the remix.
remix it. Um, let's okay. WAP was culture
WAP.
shifting for several reasons, for the good and the bad.
Hmm.
There's a little bit of heaven and hell in the WAP. WAP pissed the conservatives off, and that was the heaven for me. No shade. We
And the
found
Christians,
out
the girls were
who
upset.
did not have no WAPs. We heard the truth, but we
Yeah, we did.
also lost out on such a great potential joint
Yeah.
album. I think if there would not have been no Meg and Nicki beef, we'd have a Louise Thelma and Louise album, because actually Foxy Brown and Little Kim were in the works for one, but then they got into a beef.
Mm. I think you might be right, but I feel like thinking like that, that's just gonna only hurt you.
Yeah, but I'm already hurt, so it's okay.
Oh, we'll continue to think that way. We love that for you. WAP, and I will also add two things. What was that called? Wild Side. I feel like an old person when I just said that. Wild Side. I feel like that also changed the game because Cardi was pregnant and like in her sexuality and being cute and sexy and nasty, and she's pregnant. And I'm like, I've never seen this before. I remember thinking, wow, something has shifted in the atmosphere. Additionally, it's not written down. Wild Thoughts also changed the game. Like, oh my
Definitely also
gosh,
changed the game.
that summer was just like, talk about a life ruined. I'm like, I can't with this song anymore. Please. The next one. Jaden, you and I have eaten so good off of this moment
So
personally.
good.
Like we have been fed and we will never go hungry. Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit, specifically Lauren Hill singing Joyful Joyful.
And I'd push that even further to Jasmine Sullivan singing Joyful Joyful on Pentatonics.
No,
Like,
no, and that's the
that's
evolution.
why it's, yeah.
That's the culture shifting of it because it reverberated through the times. You see what I
Butterfly
mean? And
effect.
that's what distinctifies it.
A butterfly flapped its wing, and we got Pentatonics and Jasmine Sullivan singing Joyful Joyful.
No, seriously.
In
Whoopi
college.
Goldberg decided to
Like, it
make
wasn't
a
like
movie about a
now.
nun.
Two.
And
She didn't
now
start
we're
with
in
the first one. She didn't
college.
stop with the first one, and that's what it is. Because she could have stopped at the first one.
She
But
could have
that
thought the story
second
was
one,
complete.
she broke the with that. That was the breaking of the second movie curse, like the sequel curse. Like there was no sequel curse when it came to Sister Act 2.
No.
Sister Act 2 was better than Sister Act 1. And
Some people think Sister Act 2 is Sister Act. Have you ever seen
well,
Sister Act and like, oh, with Lauren Hill? No, baby, that's Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit.
No, the first one.
You're talking about the first. Okay, so no, you haven't seen the first one? Okay. That movie is excellent.
Everyone was
She
great.
said singing does not put food on the table. Come on.
Okay, talking to Lauren Hill. That was Shirley Ralph, mind you.
Mind you, we could do a whole episode on Shirley Ralph and Whoopi Goldberg about their culture shiftedness and how iconic they are to the people. Shout
The Color
out.
Purple.
Happy Black Women's History Month, Dreamgirls. Please. Girl, let's get into it.
Because of that, Dreamgirls, guess what we got? Dreamgirls, no shade. Dreamgirls, the second one, well, the Beyonce,
movie.
Jennifer Hudson, the
Yeah.
Three Virgos version, was a culture shifting moment.
Jaden, did you know that I wrote down Dreamgirls here, but then I replaced it with something else because I was like, I know that if I bring up Dreamgirls, Jaden's gonna start singing, so I took it off.
No, you know what? I won't, because my throat is hurting.
I
Because
literally sang it in the shower earlier today.
all the things we went through already, but Dreamgirls was a culture shifting moment for me personally. I know where I was. I know when I saw. I know what happened following that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Have I told that story on the podcast?
Maybe. Let's hear it.
I don't care about telling it again. I was going to see a different movie. Yes, I did. I was going to see a different movie, and my mother and grandmother were in the theater watching Dreamgirls.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I come in right before the big Jennifer Hudson moment. I sat there and watched it, and when I tell you, my mouth was wide open. I said, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life." And is that Beyonce? That's literally what happened. And
why wouldn't they have you in there initially, though? Like, why wouldn't they think you'd want to?
Because there was some other movie that I was way more interested in at like whatever age I was. And it was, looking back, what's crazy is I can't remember what that movie was, but I guess the movie I do remember. Guess the movie I remember. After that, DVD, CD, like
yes.
Playing it in the kitchen while we're cooking, while we're cleaning. When I first get home from school, all the time, watching the movie over and over again, learning the words, learning the songs, learning the backgrounds, learning the dance moves, learning everyone's names, learning Like
Mm-hmm.
Dreamgirls, and I can say that for me, but I know for a fact Dreamgirls was culture shifting for majority of Black people on the planet.
No, seriously. Yeah. For everybody.
I could walk into a club, start singing, and I am telling you, and everyone will sing with me.
Dreamgirls for me is what
Dreamgirls will
Kamala
never
Harris
leave.
being the vice president is for everybody else, or what they thought it would be. Like this like big culture shifting moment. That was Dreamgirls. I wanted to go so far and say Barack Obama's inauguration, but I don't want to upset nobody's grandmother today. Mine. But
Right.
Dreamgirls, I remember seeing it in the theaters. I remember reading my grandmother's either Jet magazine where they did a spread on the original Dreamgirls Broadway cast in preparation for the movie. Like I remember all that. It just was like, oh, it changed the game. And guess who's involved in that? Again, Beyonce. Oh my gosh, I'm sensing a pattern. Pattern
Those three.
Beauty, Tracy Ellis Ross. I can't do it.
Okay.
Next moment. Because for better or worse, this movie did shift some stuff. Black Panther. We were in college. I want to say that was our sophomore year of college, right?
Yeah. Sophomore, junior.
Well, I was always like in a random semester behind, so in my mind it's my sophomore year, but I don't know. Um, Girl, charter buses, theaters rented out, full costumes. We're organizing. People are prepping. Everybody's on the same accord with what they got on. Photo shoots, family reunions happening in the theater for this movie.
Everywhere. For capitalism. But okay.
I was just gonna say Marvel and Disney had their finger on the pulse in the Black community, honey. It was giving. Never mind. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say it. It's problematic, but um, okay, I'll say it. I
I'm
feel
like,
like Marvel and Ryan Coogler with the Black Panther that year was giving Ronald Reagan in those years in the Black community.
that
It
is
was just
problematic.
running
And I
through it.
hate that for you. Um,
Yeah, but it was
because you're
giving
absolutely
epidemic.
right. That was funneling crack into
It was because
Black
okay, it wasn't
neighborhoods.
obviously as detrimental, obviously. No lives were lost, but friendships I feel like were made and lost because of the Black Panther. Baby,
Mm-hmm.
some people were like, I don't want to talk about this no more. It's not accurate to the people. It's not accurate. It's problematic for the diaspora. Other people were like, baby, this is unifying.
It was the months of conversation and dialogue around fake characters doing fake things around.
And then that Halloween following, girl, it just lasted the whole
Girl, we didn't
year.
stand a chance.
No. And our own friendships. You were on that bus.
I was.
I wish I was on that bus. I wasn't on that bus, but
I'm gonna say this podcast is a butterfly effect of us being on that bus.
well, did you dress up?
No.
Which one of y'all had a like a walking stick cane staff moment? I feel like I know who it was. Don't even say it.
You do. And that's why I didn't even say a word.
Yeah.
Starts with H.
Black Panther. Hello ends with a.
Mm.
Ends with a. No, 100%. So Black Panther, you will always be famous, and Wakanda Forever. For Angela Bassett's monologue, I actually quoted it last week on the sneak tip, and I just wanted to slide that in there. I had to. If you caught it, you caught it. The next thing, okay, Jaden, you wasn't there, but you see the effects today.
Oh,
you see the effect.
I saw the effects immediately.
Dreamgirls, we see the effects. Okay, Fantasia wins American Idol, baby.
Because also we see the effects because who else is on the show?
Exactly. Dreamgirls,
Right.
Jennifer Hudson.
But
North Carolina.
The Fantasia Barrino story.
Oh, Lifetime is original. No, seriously, and she starred in it. That was crazy. You don't. Who's doing it like that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
16 in high school, played by a 32-year-old woman. So I had no idea how it was
And the
going.
crazy part is the story wasn't even, the rest was still unwritten. I'm like, she just came off of this win, and she's already got a Lifetime original movie about her life. At the end of the movie, it's like, today Fantasia continues to be a beginning artist. Like, girl, we don't got nothing else. Like, after the movie ended, just turn on the local news. Like, we're caught fully up to date.
Yep.
Eh, Fantasia winning American Idol was life changing for several reasons. Like I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast, but I told my mom this, that I didn't
Or
realize
the other
until I
one.
was older that Jennifer Hudson was on that season. I didn't know, because in my house we were only voting for Fantasia. It wasn't giving anybody black. It was giving North Carolina black. So we were obviously rooting for Fantasia.
That's so real. That's like,
Like,
okay, it's everybody black until it's somebody black
until
from
we
where
get
I'm
down to
from.
that city. And that, I
Okay.
think, is the genius of American Idol, how they went from city to city, because then when it gets to your city, you're like so hyped to see who they
And you're
bring
always gonna root for someone from your city, yeah, or from your
every single
state.
time. And then when your city, your state goes home, you're like,
I can't watch this shit no
not
more.
Indianapolis. So I'm sorry, the country girl's going to take American Idol every time. Because,
Since the
yeah,
first
every
one.
winner that I care about got a little bit of twang. I
Cause
don't
what's her
know. It
name? Wasn't she
shifted.
the first winner?
Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I said this before. Kelly Clarkson is the American Idol. Fantasia is my American Idol.
Yes. And Kelly Clarkson is not black, so we're not gonna say her name anymore.
Correct. We The Color Purple. Okay, we got it.
You said it.
And shout out to every middle school black student. Free yourself. The children, I don't Fantasia, it's giving like Stevie Wonder Happy Birthday. The youth are gonna know it. And it's like, how do you know this song?
Like, why are
How do
you
you know
for? You're
Fantasia?
for singing Fantasia. These are ancestral lines that we passed down.
These are hymnals. That was
We were
iconic.
singing. We were singing "Free Yourself" on the plantation.
We were. Chain Gang sang it for sure. This is the episode where we both canceled. So this has been a really fun
It has been
ride.
a great show.
This
We
has been so
really
much
love
fun.
doing this for you all. We understand our time has come, and we just hope we can end this and round us out for you all.
We're the true bang. So let's really start saying some problematic stuff. Ungodly Hour. Chloe and Halle. I do believe that this shifted the game.
100%. They shifted the game strictly for what they were able to do with the tennis court. What they were
That
able to do
tennis court.
during COVID, during lockdown, when they are still having award shows for some damn reason, and they are putting on productions on a court in their backyard. First of all, I said, why I got this much money, bitches? But then I also was like,
I know, right?
y'all are eating.
No, we were eating good.
Everyone was full. There was not a hungry person in sight.
No. Hearing Chloe say like whatever the award show is with her breathiness, VMAs.
BET.
Every time. Ungodly Hour.
MTV Awards.
It just was such a moment. Shout out to a dear friend of mine. I won't even say her name because I mean I guess it's not technically a shout out, but shout out to her. She knows who she is, who insisted I listen to Ungodly Hour. Because I don't know why. Sometimes I get into those moments where I'm like, I don't feel like
I was also part of said group.
You were a part of that group. The two of you. Shout out to y'all because yes, I did. And then I sent you my review. So thorough, was so dramatic. I just, and you know what? I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm still gonna ride for both of them through it, for better or for worse. I'm gonna ride with them. Another
Because
Color
they
Purple
gave us
girl.
that.
Okay. And they gave us the Black Little Mermaid. We didn't need it, but we got it.
Cultural shifting.
Cultural shifting. This next one, not necessarily like we're still seeing its effects, but it was, it was worth mentioning. It was a moment. It was cute. 2019, Miss America, Miss Teen USA, and Miss USA, all Black women. First of all, to me, when I see who's competing, it's like, yeah, of course, that beautiful black queen would win. She's already a queen. So crown
Okay.
her. At that point, if I'm the
Why
judge,
is her
I'm just
crown over there?
choosing between which black to
Okay.
it's between South Carolina, Texas, and New Jersey randomly. Like whoever's black, that's in my top 3, top whatever. But this year they actually got the actual physical crown. And that was iconic. I remember that. That was on the news. That had its circuit. Also on the news, not written down, when Steve Harvey messed up at the Miss America contest when he like said the wrong. That was so funny. I'm sorry, it was funny. The next one, we're also in college for this, or maybe the tail end of no, we're in college for this.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is truly for Jaden. This is really for you. Issa Rae's Insecure on
Culture
HBO
shifting.
Max or HBO. Wow, Jaden.
What that show did for Black TV.
What it did for Black TV, what it did for social media.
Black Twitter. I was about to say the same thing. Like Twitter,
Yeah.
Lawrence Hive, Issa Hive, talking about all the men night after night watching TV together. What?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was literally thinking about this last week or so. I'm like, I can't wait to rewatch Insecure when I'm just a little bit older and it hits different because whenever you watch it at a different stage of your life, it hits different. Each thing you relate differently. I can't wait till I watch it and I'm like,
After my Saturn
wow.
return, I'll be like,
No, I was literally thinking that.
I'm like, I can't wait to watch it and be like, fuck Ethan.
I can't wait for that for you because I've already been there with her.
I hate Lawrence.
And let me tell you something. On my last rewatch, I was like, okay, Lawrence. I saw it. I saw it a little bit.
I
know.
see it.
It was scary,
He does
Jaden.
not give it for me personally. And maybe
was
I need to have a birthday or something, but I'm just like not here for it. She passed up with some good. Those is good men.
Oh no. Let me get it clear. Not the ending. No. No. Season 1, season 2. I'm like empathizing more, sympathizing more. I'm like, oh,
okay.
He's really going through it. And Issa really is like, she's trying her not best. She was trifling, which we know.
Yes.
Which we know. Nathan, I'll never see it, I don't think. Maybe I'll see it eventually. Sure, I just found it hard to believe that a man that looks so good would be so corny. But then again, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah, that's kind of their point.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO. So Insecure is really culture shifting.
Yeah. I don't want to say Insecure because that's Dreamgirls Part 2.
That was literally 2020 when we first came out with this episode. We could not go an episode without talking about Issa Rae or Insecure or something.
And you were supposed to drink every time.
And the girls were drunk, heavily intoxicated for season 1, 2, and 3. The real ones remember. Shout out to them. The next one, speaking of it being an hour and a half into this episode, Maxine Waters reclaims her time at the Senate hearing or whatever, the House of...
That has entered the zeitgeist. Girl.
That's on every sticker, every magnet, every newspaper, wallpaper. Girl, I got the magnet. That's how I know.
Baby, Jasmine Sullivan got a song. Jasmine Sullivan had Grandmother come out.
And let me tell you something. She was wrong for that.
She was.
She was wrong for that. Because the quote, I'm like, why is she on this song about these men that are not performing? I'm like, Maxine Waters? And you trying to
reclaim your mama.
It was inappropriate. But it was cute. What we failed to realize, I'm like, Jasmine, you're nasty. I know it's called hotels, but please.
Nana did not come out the house for this.
No, Meemaw didn't deserve it.
Meemaw is sick.
No, Meemaw is sick because she's black.
Yeah.
Why would I say Meemaw? What are the nicknames black people have? Obviously, Grandma.
Medea.
They love a Big Mama. They love, what's that one the new grandmothers are doing? It's like TT. I don't want to say you just made that up. Maybe Gigi. I think maybe Gigi. These new grandmothers with their cutesy nickname. Baby, call her grandmother. Grandma.
Child, they letting you call them by their first name.
Hello. Angela. Hey, Cheryl. Angela, yes, because they're young. They're young. Yeah. Hey, Tiffany. Oh. Hey, Dior. Why is your grandmother
Like,
named Dior?
my grandmother was named Loretta.
Hello,
Okay, it
Ruby.
wasn't. Josephine and Gret, and Greta
Hello,
and
Bernadette.
Marie. Like
Now
who?
your grandmother name's Cassidy. What?
Who are these women? Your
These are
grandmother's
little
name was
girls.
Autumn.
Your grandma needs to be named May, Martha, Mary. That's a
June,
good one.
July,
Classic. The girlies love the
Augustine.
month. Augustine. Amor, really? Grandmother Amor? Okay.
Grandmother Fendi. Let's stop.
Grandmother Mercedes, seriously? Come on. I'm not eating grandmother Mercedes pie. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna.
And Portia.
You just cannot wait to say Portia.
I couldn't.
Portia.
You know she's coming back to Real Housewives?
Are you serious?
She announced it, yes. Candy's leaving. And
Now that you should have started with.
now that's a cultural reset. And I thank
That
God.
is. Oh my God.
I thank God.
No, seriously. Prayer still works, ladies and gentlemen.
Candy Burris' other last name is gone. And what's his name? Todd Delaney? What's his last name?
Todd. Girl, why was I about to say Todd Burris? What's his last name?
Well,
Todd.
it feels like a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit. That was cultural moment. But
Mama
she's
Joyce
leaving.
jumping over that couch at the dress fitting, that was a cultural reset. You ain't family.
Absolutely. The pajama party, the slumber party.
Oh my goodness. What did Kenya say about Apollo beating him like he was in his prison cell or something? Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Yes, it was so
that
funny.
season is the best. Also, as we know, my favorite monologue from the show, you know which one. Yes. About the ejaculation in a cup for a box of pizza, which I'm like $10 for a medium pizza. Where?
Girl, not 2024. That's not what they paid at the Fillmore. And then she announced it. She said, "Is Portia Williams coming back to Real Housewives?" No, she was like, "But Portia enters new last name is in the building." And then
that's cute.
She was like, "See y'all later." And I gagged. I'm not gonna lie.
That's actually really, really cute.
It was so cute and fun and creative. I was like, okay, this is fun. Can't wait. Now Boring Burris is out and we have a show.
I haven't watched it in so long. I don't even know who's even still there. Is Kenya still there?
She was.
Is Drew still there?
She's coming back, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm excited for that. 2005, let's go back.
Okay.
Tyra Banks is cussing out. I do, because the monologue I just mentioned with Phaedra Parks, this monologue with Tyra Banks. First of all, Tyra Banks, we could also spend a whole episode on her for the cultural moments. Jaden refuses, but I could really go there with her. Tyra Banks used to be my... I don't want to use the word idol because, blah, blah, blah. But I used to love me some Tyra Banks. I'm sorry. Tyra Banks is fully the reason that I'm 5'10". I didn't want to be 5'10" until I knew she was 5'10". And then I said, Lord, make me 5'10". I was 5'8" for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I was. And this is why I say prayer still works. I am 5'10" today because of Tyra Banks. Anyway, 2005, she's cussing out Tiffany. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? I'm not even going to launch into it, Jaden, but you know that I want to.
I know you want to. Just finish it.
Remember when I did that on the podcast? Whatever. I just can't. I just can't. And you sit there and you roll your eyes because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before? You don't know where I come from. You have no idea what I've been through, but I'm not a victim. I grow from it and I learn something from this. when you go to bed at night and you lay there. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it
I'm
was so
sorry.
iconic.
Tiffany should have clocked her. Like,
No,
I would
no,
have
it
been
was
like,
completely the most disrespectful read. It
the
was
most
so
disrespectful
uncalled
is
for.
you literally have no idea where I'm from, mama. Like, Tyra, stop playing with me right now.
First of
By
all,
the time you're at this point, where you're from, why are we talking about that? Because, girl, I'm closer to where I'm from than where you from. You mean
she's
like
still there. You have to send
right?
her back.
I'm here for lunch. Like, if we're being honest, like I still have
No,
to go back to
literally.
my Meemaw, my actual Meemaw, and get a man to ejaculate in a cup for $10 so I can get a medium pizza. Like, I still gotta go back to that. And you want to talk to me about I don't know where you from when I'm sitting in my bed, girl, I'm on the floor. Like, you
Like, girl,
don't
you ain't
know
talking about
me.
nothing. It was so nutty. Because right before that, like, she should have clocked her earlier than that. Because before that monologue, she's going back and forth with her, like, you're not crying, and your grandmother sacrificed so much. She didn't pay her light bill so that you can get a bathing suit so you can come on this show, spilling all her business. I'm like, does any of that feel called for? She just told you that she's been through a lot. She don't always cry outwardly. When you've been through what she's been through, Tyra was so wrong for that. And when I rewatched it, and I think my sophomore year of college, very busy that year, I was like, oh, Tyra is
Clearly,
sick. Tyra's sick. Like, and then I
she's
remember
been
I did like
sick.
this super long, like thorough beat by beat on my close friends. Oh my gosh, it was so annoying. It was so good. I need to find it. I need to watch it again. Tyra was so wrong for that, baby. How was it about you suddenly? How we started talking about where you've
The whole
been
show was about
and
her.
no, every moment is about her. She's like, "Let
She's
me
like,
show you
I
how to
don't
do it."
feel well, and then passes out.
Yeah, she was sick
Was
for
that
that
scary for
too.
everyone? Like,
Raise your hand if you were scared. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't the other girl passed out. But either way, the show was a hot mess. I loved it so much. That and the Tyra Banks show. Oh my gosh. Now that show,
that's why
sick,
Beyonce don't
disgusting,
do interviews no
dry.
more.
That was so funny. No, that was so funny. It was so please, Jaden. If you don't know what we're talking about, you have to look up Tyra Banks interviewing Beyonce. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Beyonce was like, "What are you saying?" It was supposed to be
Okay,
cute, fun, and cheeky. Tyra Banks,
and it
you will
was
always be
not.
famous. Tyra
She
Banks is my
will.
problematic fave. And my unproblematic fave to that is obviously Tracy Ellis Ross. I feel like they're kind of foils.
Mm.
Speaking of Issa Rae and blackness, Issa Rae saying that she's rooting for everybody black. This, because it's kind of been just like an unspoken thing that we all do. You know, all,
Mm-hmm.
black people, for those of us who are listening who aren't black, or maybe if you have more percentage of not black than Jaden, and you may not know this, but
Mm.
you're gonna root for the black every time. When you're watching Family
Every
Feud,
time.
you know you're rooting for the black family.
When
I
you're
don't know
watching a random
any.
fight on Twitter, you know who you're rooting for.
Oh, you're rooting for the black child. You're rooting for
Mm-hmm.
everybody black. When you watch an award show and there's a movie section that you've not seen any of the movies or you haven't heard any of the songs, you're gonna root for the black person that's nominated. So
Yeah.
Issa Rae just speaking it out loud was just so. I think it shifted something. You know, I feel like it made us more visible. It kind of shined a light on who we are as a people, as a diaspora, of what sort of activity we get up to. We simply root for everybody black. And when there's two of us in a category or more, it becomes tricky, but then you just root for, whoever is closest to you. In my example, Fantasia, because she's from North Carolina.
Right.
I'm rooting for everybody black, simply put, period. I still am to this day.
Yeah. Well,
I
not
don't watch
everybody,
award shows.
but it
No,
starts off
no, I
with everybody
mean,
black,
yeah, I mean,
and then it keeps like
you
just
can certainly be
falling.
removed. You can
Yeah.
certainly be removed. I'm not going to root for you just because you're black. You got to be black and for the black.
Mm.
They know who they are. This next one, it pains me to say it. It really does, but
It
something did
does.
shift.
It did.
Something did
No,
shift.
baby, it's still shifting. Like,
That's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
like.
The girls
Go
are not
ahead.
checking for Donny Hathaway. Chris Brown singing This Christmas and This Christmas. I don't know a single black Christmas playlist or otherwise that don't I'm like, put the Donny Hathaway version back. Let's put Donny Hathaway back in Christmas. That's
Okay.
my political standpoint. Because I'm like,
And
anybody hear all that ooh wee he doing?
in how it comes up in the movie, it's just like it
Oh my gosh, it's so
puts
nutty.
such, it puts such an impact. Why can't this boy sing? And why are we acting like he doesn't know how to sing? And then when he gets there, why are we acting like that's the first time we've ever heard him sing? But something
Similar
about it,
to
we could all just get on. Like something about
no.
it, we all just jumped onto that train and we were down for the ride.
The whole scene is nutty, if we're being quite honest. Like,
Absolutely.
your brother's wife is white, and we shouldn't even be talking about it because of this union. He's number one, he's a cop. Okay, he's in the military or something, same thing. And he's in the white man's army, and he's got a white wife. Girl. And then you got Chris
Sounds right.
Brown singing this Christmas. You got this brother who owes people money. And for some reason, just like in movies, love to be like, your music killed your dad. What? Did a
Like
saxophone come to life and kill him? Did he choke on a reed?
we love a movie about someone's dad being
Like,
some being killed because of the music, like Sister Act 2.
Sister Act 2, Encanto, this Christmas. I'm
Like
sick.
dang.
Music is really getting a hard one. Like, it's
No,
unfortunate.
music is the mafia, clearly.
Big mafia. Music is the real mob. So anyway, yeah, Chris Brown. I think this might be the first time I said his name on this pop. Maybe. But I'm gonna have to give him that one thing.
Yeah.
He's not on my playlist because if I need to hear this Christmas, I know where to go. I'm gonna go to the source. But I can definitely see why the girls have it on that playlist. I think it's pretty iconic to have a song from a movie that's a cover be the one that we're talking about. It's very Glee, I think, where people are like,
Yeah.
I love the Glee version. I love the Chris Brown version. Even though, some young people are like, it's just that version. There is no other version, which is sad,
Yeah,
but
this is very
whatever.
true.
Speaking of
Beef.
music,
What are you about to say?
what were you about to say?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say another moment that shifted the atmosphere is changing. Take Me to the King by Tamala Mann.
Absolutely.
It really ignited something for the saints and the sinners alike. It
Mm.
was very Melodies from Heaven. It was very Stomp. It was very Mary Mary. It really crossed over in a major way. I don't know any non-Christian folk, Black specific, that don't know Take Me to the King.
And I'll even give you it's a multicultural moment. Anything by Beyonce or Whitney Houston in the Philippines.
I was literally just about to say, Listen by Beyonce to the Filipino community.
Yes.
And this goes back to Dreamgirls, how culture shifting it was.
Yes.
Now, I think we discussed it on the podcast before. My truth is, if I have to skip anything on Dreamgirls, it's going to be Listen because it just feels like it doesn't belong there. I mean, to fit it in, they literally just have her singing it in a studio. It's just random.
And I live for it. Because it told such a story about...
I live for it. When you're watching the movie, I live for it. But when I'm listening to the thing, I'm like,
put this absolutely. And
keep it
also
on
because it's like we have it on the album in 14 different languages, but then we also
literally
but we also it doesn't
gosh.
fit in the soundtrack as much as it fits in the film.
It's so modern. It's so modern.
It is.
Even in the movie, I'm like, that's Beyonce. That's not Dina Jones.
No. And you're trying to convince me that Beyonce is not a powerhouse singer. Good luck.
Stop.
I was about to say something. Oh, Whitney Houston singing the national anthem.
Jaden. Oh my gosh, how could I not even?
That's your mom.
That's literally my aunt, and that moment. That's my favorite. Oh my god! Like I remember taking the shuttle on campus sophomore year, of course, listening to that version, like it's a regular song, just like on rotation. I'm patriotic for that one.
They keep popping up. This one's for the girls who like singing. Jasmine Sullivan singing "Home" at 11 years old.
Okay, no, that's for the real ones that knew. That's for the real ones.
That may not be for everybody, but the real ones. Her singing "Home" at 11 years old. Some of us, that's the only version of "Homie" now, and by us, I mean me.
We're gonna have to have a movie night.
I know.
Have a movie night because
It's literally
That
in the original movie. I know.
you haven't.
I've seen.
I was gonna say I blame your dad.
But do I? Well, me too. But do I know it from the movie?
Oh well,
No.
that's because it's giving.
It's
I don't want to come for the queen, Diana Ross.
no,
It's
no,
kind
no.
of giving like
And we're
unremarkable, like
yeah,
whatever. Who
but
cares?
even if it was like stellar, Jasmine Sullivan at
It's
11
Jasmine Sullivan.
singing
She's
it.
11.
She's 11 singing it like she's 39. So
Number
it really
one.
does not
Number
matter.
two. Here's also for the real ones. Jasmine Sullivan on Apollo at what
Yes.
13 or whatever.
That's the realer ones. That's past
That is
11 years
a
old. That's the realest ones. Yeah.
before Hotels. That wasn't a deep cut. I mean, that was a deep cut. Now after it's like people are just gonna resurface because they're like, who's this new Jasmine Sullivan? You know, the girls didn't they
Right.
wasn't clocked in for Jasmine. But the real ones already knew that video was already shifting. It already changed many, many lives. Another video that changed many lives, I don't know, I'm sure it did, but let me just the video on YouTube, I need a pencil. I need a
I
pencil,
need a
my
pencil,
dog.
dog. I need a pencil so I
So
can write on this
on
Scantron.
this
I'm about to
Scantron,
fail
I'm about
this
to fail
test,
this
but
test.
literally.
Come on. I remember where I was. I was
Me
in
too.
Mr. Beep's class. It's supposed to be like history or like something like this, but he let us watch all these random YouTube videos and he was so impressed. That one, and he's climbing in your window, snatching your people up. I'm not even gonna finish it.
Right.
Hide your
Or
kids, hide your wives.
what affected my family was I got bronchitis.
I knew you were about to say, what did she say? Lord Jesus, it's a
Oh
fire.
Lord, Jesus is far.
They
Uh-huh.
don't, blacks are not embarrassing themselves on the news like they used to, which is a
No.
good thing for sure. That's a great thing. But back in the day, they could really catch a funny black on the news, child.
And then please. I had another one and I can't remember it.
Here's one that my sister reminded me of, just like a culture shifting, but also unifying. You go somewhere and it's majority black people and you start singing melodies from heaven, suddenly it's a
Easily.
choir. Suddenly
Suddenly
you guys have rehearsed
and are in
and
perfect
everybody knows
harmony.
their parts. There's some, like, of course, being black is amazing, but there's just some nuggets that are so sweet, that are so specific to the experience that it's like, oh, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I wouldn't want to be anything else, you
Mhm.
know? We're singing melodies from heaven. We're singing total praise. We're singing not take me to the king. I mean, the girls can sing it, but
It's not a group song.
if somebody says, I'm gonna sing a gospel song, I know gospel music, and they start singing Take Me to the King,
They
I
do
will
not
have
know
known
gospel.
everything. I know everything I need to know. Like, girl, at that point, just sing Amazing Grace. Okay. And here's the last one. No, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna simply say this is so silly. This is such a throwback. I'm hoping the girlies know. Genuine on the gurney, BET 106 in Park. Why was that man on a gurney? Why would you do that? Why would you come out on a gurney acting like you passed
He
out
was
and they're gonna
dead.
resuscitate you and you doing body rolls?
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me.
I'll
And that
also
was
say
sexy.
Missy Elliott rapping in reverse.
Putting that thing down, flipping it, and reversing it.
And then my last one. Two. I remember what the other one was. Big Old Freak, Megan Thee Stallion. Culture reset.
That changed your life personally. I bore witness to that.
Baby. And it was just like it changed like internet rap girl culture. Like the girls wasn't giving
Yeah,
it
for sure.
until Megan came out with Big Old Freak. But also Nicki Minaj on Monster. There's nothing.
Oh my gosh. No. Nicki Minaj on Monster, as
That
we know, that's the only verse
imagine
I'm here for.
inventing women in rap.
Imagine inventing verse.
Like none of those men were famous
Everybody knows
until she
it.
did that song with them.
What other men? Are there other men on that? I only know that. I thought that song only had one verse.
It does.
Girl, I literally.
And as the very last one, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I literally go to YouTube to just hear that verse. Like I don't even
Same.
bother scrubbing through the song to find. I just YouTube it. I don't want
Do
to
I
hear
know
nobody
everyone's
else.
lines? Do I know everyone's rap? Yes. But do I rap them with any personality until
No,
I get to the last one? Definitely not.
No, you're just marking it. You're just saying this, saying
No,
that. Go
it's
ahead.
just like
What's
I'm
your next
getting, I'm
one?
getting through, I'm getting through, I'm getting through.
I
But
do
then we
know
get
Rick
to,
Ross's part, I think.
yeah, I literally know all the parts. But then when we get to pull up in that monster automobile, gangsta,
Gangsta.
what are we talking about? Or we can even go further before that, and we can do Itty Bitty Piggy.
Itty Bitty Piggy did change my life. That's the first time that I can remember sitting down and intentionally going through the bars to learn,
And
to
trying to learn a
memorize.
song. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Kaylin for sitting us down and being like, "Do you guys know this song? Okay, we're gonna learn all the words."
We need to learn it. And for
Shout out to her.
my girls out Jersey club music. Especially now.
Jersey club
There was
music.
nothing like
Lil Man
the
Anthem,
Little Man
part one, part
anthem
two. Is Lil Man. Who
at the
else?
in the cafeteria when it was time for the dance. What are we talking about?
Come on.
Y'all play Baby Shark do all that now. Back then we was hitting beats and doing wallies. Y'all don't know
This
what I'm talking
day,
about.
they're doing hips, and that's it. Back then, we
Girl,
were
we
doing
been
full
to that.
choreography.
Full choreo. And was told what to do.
Okay, now left, right, back, 1, 2, 3, go.
Ah,
Watch out for the big
okay,
girls. Now,
and
bang,
the
bang,
very last
bang.
one was in 2020, starting Child Enemy Podcast. That was the biggest cultural reset that there is. None of
Biggest
these other people
cultural
would even
reset.
exist had this
No.
podcast not happened.
Mm-mm.
Whitney Houston would have never sang the national anthem, and we were not supposed to be making this podcast. Chris Brown would
No.
never have been singing this Christmas. Like, none of that would ever be. At 11 years old, what? Jasmine Sullivan was like, the podcast is starting in a few years. Bet. And
We're
that's why
time
we are where we
travelers.
are. We were the ones who recorded that video in the audience.
Hello?
Our podcast is definitely going down in Black history because we're the best to ever do it. And
The best.
we don't even need to say it half the time because the world knows. Hell, Apple knows because whenever we start bringing it up, it starts doing
Because it
backflips and
knows
jumps.
people are tapped into this podcast. The girls that get it, they get it.
They
And the girls that
absolutely get
don't,
it.
they're corny. We have sisters, brothers, cousins, mothers, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, friends, coworkers listening to this podcast because they know what's up. They know what's going on.
Yes. They
They know
know
what time it
where the word on the
is.
street is.
Hello? And we love y'all for that. Thank you for that. Email us at childanimaypod@gmail.com if you're like, you missed this cultural Black moment. In a few weeks, it's going to shift to Black women. So run,
You still
don't
have
walk
time.
quickly. You still have like a week and some change. So basically, do it right now. There's so many that we could talk about, of course. And, it might have to become a whole thing quickly. But we don't have anything particular leave it this week because we're not trying to be messy this week. It's Black Women's
No.
History Month for the next 3 months. We're trying to be cute. We're trying to keep it cute. Unless the mess is like that time Wendy Williams did that interview with Whitney Houston on the phone and she was just talking crazy to
Yes.
her.
Cultural reset.
That's the kind of mess that we're looking for. Not like
because we had that
my
moment,
coworker
we got
is doing
Megan
this.
calling into the Breakfast Club. Like those moments are arching.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. For what it's worth, nobody was doing public radio. Nobody was doing talk shows like Wendy F. Williams, and the F is for Finisher, baby.
You see
I
her,
mean,
what's it
come
called?
on.
Her documentary's coming out.
I did see that, and I might tap in because she has a very interesting life. I might tap in. I might tap in. Now it's time for Thank Me Later. This is where Jaden and I, we put you on, or we just let you know what we're doing. And then it's like, you're kind of welcome for that. Like, you wouldn't have, for example, Jaden, I forgot to say this. Shout out to you because it wasn't a take it or leave it last week, but I want to publicly say this in front of everyone. Thank you so much for sending me 16 carriages in Texas Hold'em because you already know that I have beef with you when you come on the podcast and just start talking about stuff.
I know.
So you was a real one for that. And you know how Apple's like, oh, you got it from Jaden. I'm like, oh, thank you. So shout out to you. Thank you.
When they
Now.
happened, I said, let me do this work. Let me do
let me
the
talk to my girl.
healing that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent it to y'all both. And I just know Like y'all didn't have to search. Y'all didn't have to go. Y'all
No.
probably didn't even know what was
Both.
going on.
I didn't because I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful. My moment of the week, one of them.
Thank me later.
Harlem.
Are you okay?
Oh, what is going on? What did I say?
Moment of the week. We're back at the beginning.
You know what
Hello,
it was?
everyone. This is Jaden,
No.
and
I blame it fully on the wellness shot that I took earlier with random fruits and vegetables.
No wellness, all shot.
Hello, that green juice gonna get you every time. Ooh, come on, mental clarity. My thank me later. The first one, Harlem and Havana by Okay, it's called Harlem and. So not only can I not read or remember, baby, let me stop trying to be cute and just move this tablet closer. Harlem to Havana, Afro-Cuban Modernism, Volume 1 on YouTube. Whoa, that took everything. That took everything. Girl. Anyway, it's a great fun listen. It's a nice similar to the Jazz is for Everyone, where you just have it playing and it's like you're making pasta, you're making bread in your kitchen, you're reading, you're folding clothes. It's all of that and more. Just give it a listen. It's chill. It's really your type of music, Jaden, because
you popping up.
For me, you know they do 2 back to back, baby, every 5 minutes. What's the problem? I can't even
get through a fucking a page of music before they gotta. Every turn of the page of music that the band plays, here come an ad.
I will, and this is why I said I'm not going to be vulnerable anymore. I will never share my screen with you again. I will never. Ooh, Jada, you be having my blood pressure high because you know I got 2 ads.
Have you seen that? What's her name from Real Housewives? Where she's like, "Thank God," and she goes her mouth. I have to send it to you. It's so funny.
And that's how you're feeling right now. Well, after I finished this video, another ad played because I had these videos queued up. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I get lots of ads on YouTube because I'm not paying for it. The next one, is it worth it? Speaking of paying for it, is it worth it? Live performance is not. Live performance by Ray Khalil. I've never heard of this artist before. Maybe you have, Jaden?
No.
I don't know them. It was also a nice, very chill vibe. It was giving, you don't do playlists, Jaden, but I could see her on a playlist with Alex Isley, that sort of vibe.
Okay.
You know. Don't get me to lying though. The next one, the music video, I'm not sure if the song, when the song came out per se, but the music video came out a couple of days ago for 27 Club by Tierra Whack. We talked about her last week, her album that's coming out. It was a really cool video. It was really interesting to see the juxtaposition between what she's singing about and what the video is. The video is so upbeat, it's so high energy, it's so fun, and then the song is so not. It's very much 27
Club, I know what that
is. It's very much that club. So it was a fun little. I'm sorry, it wasn't fun. It was a nice little watch.
Right. Serpent with Feet, and I don't mean the episode of Nicki versus Megan. The artist Serpent with Feet dropped an album. Dropped an album called Grip. So good. Queer Black artist, R&B, alternative sound, really good. I usually like their projects, so this one was just added to the bunch of those that I enjoyed. You have another one.
My next one is Buckle Bunny, the album by Tanner Adele. Girl, just type in Buckle Bunny. I first heard the song when I snuck over to Twitter. They had a TikTok about Black country music. So then I went and there was a whole album, and I'm like, this is excellent. Love Black country music. I love it. I mean, I've been saying for years that country music is nothing but hee-haw gospel music. It's literally fine. It's so good.
And 16 Churches is a gospel song.
Girl, I be entering worship when I
know. It's so easy to.
The drums? What are we talking about here? Girl, save your money now. Start donating plasma. But this is like a country pop techno moment. She's young, she's fun. It's the song's about this, and I'm speaking of plasma, it was getting a little fruity. I'm like, I don't know what is in this.
Mm.
I have to give it another listen, but it was a good listen. It was fun. It was 28 minutes, 8 songs, easy.
Oh, girl, that's a walk from here to my room. Um, so I was listening to an semi older album. It's not really like old, capital OLD, but like just old as it comes today. Like I think it was what 2017, something like that.
Mhm.
Honestly, by Layla Hathaway. Girl, for my girls that like to sing or who like harmonies or like good music, really tap in, click
Tap
that
in.
link. Also, Baby Mother. I love Baby Mother. Y'all know I love Baby Mother.
Mhm.
She is going on tour, and on some of my last days on Twitter, I saw that she was going on tour, and I commented, and I said, "Not my tour date is before the album comes out. Why does she? Why does she?" I said, "But do I care? No. Why did she send me the link to the album?" It's like, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding,
Oh
I'm
my
kidding, I'm
god,
kidding.
Jaden! I was about to
I couldn't.
scream.
No. But she was like, "Yeah, we never went through this before, but we said that those shows before the album comes out are going to be listening parties." And I said, "And I can get with that."
Maybe I should go.
So very
That's nice.
excited to go see Baby Mother. But as of now, you can go stream Go exclamation point and Gun Control with a K instead of a C. Love both of these songs. Gun Control is bassy and like almost like garage drum kind of sound, but she's spitting. Like I love My Diamonds. It's Princess. They
Let me
knuck and a
see.
buck. And if you know, one of the artists on Knuck If You Buck is Princess Diamond. And she said, I cannot die because I still got a stunt. And I just feel that. Like, I feel that. Now, Go is more like you can't leave, but you can't go.
Ooh.
Like, oh, it's just something about it. Like, I live for her. I love her cover art. I love everything about Baby Mother. It's so
I was
like
just about to say the cover art is fun.
underground. 8, right? Underground rap. Go is more like about like a lover. Like, you can leave, but you can't go. She said, yeah, I call you daddy, but you better come back from the stove. Like, it's so funny, it's so cute, it's so cunt. Like, I
That is so
live.
funny.
She said,
I love
there's a hole. I'm trying to fill the hole in my heart and the hole in my pussy too. Like, rap,
poetry, poetry,
rap.
poetry. What is the
Absolutely.
tour date? Or
I'll
like
have to
what
tell
month? What
after. I had girl
season?
March.
This girl, please. This it's gone. It's gone. Go ahead.
And I've been trying to update my letterbox recently, and I have just been trying to just watch more movies, especially since I'm on social media. It's easier to like do other things. And as we know, I'm a several day movie watcher. Okay, the movie wants to be 3 hours long. It's gonna take me 2 weeks to watch it. Malcolm X, I'm looking at you.
Hello.
Okay. I was like, oh, I should watch this. It said 3 hours. I said, baby, I have about 45 minutes. So
I can give
we're
you
gonna have
20
to
minutes and that's it.
and you're gonna have to deal with it. But from what I did watch, I watched Aaron Brockovich on Netflix. It's streaming now with Julia Roberts. And when I tell you, I was actually like laughing out loud. It was such a good movie, and I did not realize how good that movie was. I've never seen it. So,
Mhm.
like, getting into it that first time, I was like, wow, I love this movie. I'm such a movie buff. Like, I'm a film critic. And so, if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, I guess it's at Jayoma, Jayoma. Um, I can explain what it is after, but whatever. Um, but yes, I'm very funny, very quick-witted over there, leave my little 2 cents on the movies that I watch, and I would love to hear y'all thoughts about different movies and different things and different things, Pondy. So, yeah.
Sick.
Did you have anything else?
Well, no. Hmm.
Well, this was a show that we like to call child. Anyway,
Sing, King. You can
now
listen to Child anyway, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
we drop new episodes every week. Try to.
Mm,
Well, sort of, kind of.
Like, regardless of all that, like, share, subscribe, rate and review, rate and review, rate and review.
Yes, and leave a comment on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Go stream Harlem to Havana, Afro-Cuban Modernism, Volume 1 on YouTube. Girl, get premium. And then watch Is It Worth It? The live performance by Ray Khalil. Then watch the video for 27 Club by Tierra Whack. Jump over to a music streaming app, because I'm not going to tell you to watch some videos I didn't watch. For Serpent with Feet, Grip. Then listen to Buckle Bunny by Tanner Adele, or Adele, or Adele. Then go stream Honestly by Layla Hathaway. The last 3 were albums. Then go and Gun Control by Baby Mother. And they're now on like if you just honestly go to Baby Mother, BBYMUTHA. It's like the last thing that she made.
It pops right up.
They're both under one thing. And then go over to Netflix and watch Aaron Brockovich for some clear skin, baby. And have a better weekend than I.
For sure.
Yeah. Bye.